Hello, I'm Rachel from carpart.com. Your price book is where you set your standard price for each interchange number. You can maintain the price book in Checkmate or in Photomate. In this video, I'll show you how it works in Photomate. On the Photomate home screen, tap Pricebook Maintenance. This screen is where you look up the interchange you want to look at the price book for. In order to change the price book in Photomate, you have to already have a part in stock with that interchange number. Once you find a part, you'll select it to edit the price book for that part's interchange number. You can search for in-stock parts a few different ways. You can enter a part's tag number by scanning it or typing it in, and then Photomate will identify the interchange number of that part from the tag. Or you can do a search. You can search by location, stock number, or even part type. You can also use these buttons at the bottom to only see parts that haven't had the price book updated within the last 6, 12, or 18 months. Or you can enter a custom last price date in this field. So if you want to see all of your engines that haven't had the price book updated within the last 18 months, you would select Engine and then you'd tap 18 months ago, and then hit Retrieve. For each interchange number that matches your search, this list will show just one of the parts that you have in stock, since that's all you need to access the price book for that particular interchange option. In the Sort field, you can change the order the parts display. For example, select Yard Request to sort this list with the most requested parts at the top. You can also type in this search field to filter to parts with a certain stock number, model, or Checkmate part code. Once you know which part you want to look at the price book for, tap on it. This is the price book screen for the interchange number of the part you tapped. And remember, you're editing the standard price book price for this interchange number. You're not repricing the specific part you selected, although you will have a chance to do that in a moment. Right here in the center are the current and previous price book prices, plus the last time that the price book was updated for this interchange. To see your full price book history for this interchange number, tap the $ button up here at the top. Tap and drag side to side to scroll, and then just tap off the history grid to close it. Down here, you have requests, sales, and inventory info for your business. You'll also see CarPart request data if you subscribe to it. If you have trading partners or CrashLink, you can research this part by tapping these buttons right here. Once you've decided on the appropriate price for the price book, you'll use the buttons at the bottom to make updates. If you decided that your price book is still good and you don't want to change it, just hit the Update Date Priced Only button. This changes the date priced for this interchange number to the current date and brings you back to the search results, and Checkmate is updated right away. If you do want to make some changes to your price book, just tap right inside the field you want to edit and type in the new price. Once you've made your edits, you can use one of these two buttons here to update the price book. Update Price Book will update the price book only and return you to the search results. And again, Checkmate is updated right away. But if you want to update the price book and review the prices of your in-stock parts with this interchange, tap Update Price Book and Inventory. Here on the Update Existing Inventory screen, you see the interchange and price book info at the top. Below is a list of parts you have inventoried with this interchange. Each part shows a fair amount of info, including the current part prices. Tap the I button to see even more info. If you don't want to update any of the part prices for your inventory, you can tap the blue arrow button to go back. Otherwise, there are 3 different ways to edit. To update all the parts in the list to the price book price, just tap Update All to Price Book. If you only want to update some of your inventory to the price book price, then you can tap to check each part you want to update to the price book price. And third, you can manually type in a price for any part by tapping right in a price field and typing the new price in. Whichever way you choose to edit, when you're finished, tap Process Price Changes. This brings you back to your search results to review more parts. I also want to make sure you know that you can access the price book while you're doing other work in Photomate as well. You can access the price book while inventorying a part, while you're working on a resolution part, and while you're auditing a location. If you have any questions about this feature, contact your support rep directly. To call CarParts main office, dial 859-344-1925. If you're looking for more training, you can find that at products.carpart.com.